All right. I think it's about the time that I mentioned. So, very first and foremost, thank everyone who came in this afternoon. It means a lot to all of us that you came by. And I know as much as Ed and I wanted to do this and recognize the paper and its anniversary, we also want to take the time to recognize everyone who works so hard to help us do this on a daily basis for 100 years now, and especially some of the folks in attendance that have come and gone. So thanks to everyone. I am not uncomfortable doing public speaking, but it's very humbling to talk about something like this today because it is a big deal to be in the position I'm in for something recognizing the 100th anniversary. And it definitely, like I already said, to reiterate, couldn't have happened without hardworking staff for 100 years, really doing a great job of covering the local community. And that goes, hand in hand with the community that we serve. And I don't think anyone that works here would be doing it if they hated the community or had some issue with the community. We obviously love what we do, and we take a lot of pride in what we cover and all the hard work we do. So staff, community, thank everyone. I think that's everything that I wanted to say, and I'll have our publisher Ed say a couple more things maybe.
Just a couple of very brief things. I'll kind of follow on what Tom said. It's humbling. This is an opportunity for us to pat ourselves on the back a little bit, and we talk about the 100th anniversary of the newspaper, and what the newspaper represents is the community. And so while we were talking about what this would look like over the last year, I began to really be able to look into what our community means, who is involved, who steps up, who has made a difference over the last 100 years, and what happened that led us to kind of where we are today, and how we look going forward. And that was an interesting period of time for me. It's not something that a newspaper publisher would typically spend much time doing, because it's not in today's work. It's not even in tomorrow's work. But when you think about it, it really is. It really makes us who we are. And the newspaper is definitely a reflection of who we are. So Tom thanked the staff that come together every day and have been doing that for so long. The staff has evolved over the years. The work that we do has evolved over the years. But I want everybody to realize, and people have probably heard me say this in print and standing around talking about it, the mission has not changed. Our responsibility is to make sure that we deliver timely news and information in the communities that we serve. And the ways that we do that have evolved over the 100 years that the Reformer has been doing it. But the mission hasn't changed. The face of the people doing it may have changed. But at the end of the day, we still have the same responsibility. And we appreciate the community relationships that are necessary. Jerry, I'm looking at you. Martin, I'm looking at you. People that I know well in the community who I can say, without those relationships, this job would be impossible for us. You all know Martin Langeveld, who was the publisher here before me, and Martin, who is as interested in this community as many of you, stayed involved when he went on to do other things, and he's now kind of a member of the group of people that we go to when we need advice and help and that sort of thing. And so those long-lasting relationships kind of make it possible for us to do what we do every day. Without those relationships, guys, we would probably be stuck in a situation where we're sticking to deadlines, we're reaching corporate, answering corporate mandates, we're doing that sort of thing. And that's the mechanics of doing what we do. But it's not this. It's not delivering the news and information that we do to our communities every day. It wouldn't be possible without the folks in the room. So that's all I wanted to say is a big thank you to the community, to the staff, as Tom said, and to the folks who have had something to do with this over the last 100 years.
Thank you.
I have some reformers here from 1881.
Oh.
The front page story is Sitting Bull. My name is Bob Ducharme. I worked in advertising 12 years ago. Linda was night managing editor. She remembers when she was hired, Norm Runyon said, "You're going to have to develop your own pictures, you know." She said, okay. So this is Sitting Bull. These are up in the attic, and Richard Macco was throwing everything out.
Thank you very
Richard was
much.
throwing everything out, and I said, I'm gonna go up there.
Thank you so much.
Gotta go up there. Yeah.
It even has that smell.
It does. But I love the Sitting Bull story.
Awesome.
In presenting today to our readers the portrait of this wily and merciless savage, we are of course sensible of the fact no pleasing interest attaches to the subject, but then as a warrior and strategist beyond the boundaries of civilization, this cruel, etc. So in other words,
So is this a reproduction or is this?
yeah, that's a reproduction.
Look at this, they actually had advertising on the front page back then.
Yeah, and there's a lot of liniments in here. There's a lot of added liniments, and very
All sorts of cereal, all sorts of illegal ingredients.
Anne Marie. So we've asked Anne Marie Muscari, who's our business development manager for the advertising department, to do the honors and cut cake for us. She,
the bride, the bride.
surprise!
And we have cake, some other goodies, and there's some coffee right where you walk in if folks want to drink too. So thanks again.
More than happily to pay.
Chris Carlo. Chris, everybody know Chris, our circulation director? Chris probably has some things he wants to tell people about before they walk out the door. And if you don't subscribe, there are ways you can do that while you're here today. If you subscribe in one format, one delivery method, and you'd like to consider another, there are several now, print, digital.
So a cake, yes.
Again, but, you know, it's difficult to complain about somebody dying at 94. It's almost 93. Yeah,
Yeah, please do. Linda.
Very nice to meet you.
I was telling about the story. He was I
said, so should I just get just like you said, as a musician, that rhythm. No, it's just too random.
Cake piling up. Grab a piece of cake, everybody.